Boom! I got caught on the hot mic after my presentation. Next up is the co-founder of Trader Cobb and a globally recognized educator in business, trading, and cryptocurrencies. He is the host of many top podcasts. Let's welcome co-founder of Trader Cobb, Craig Cobb, to BlockDown. Welcome, sir. The floor is yours.
G'day everybody there at BlockDown 2021. It's great to be here. My name is Craig Cobb and I'm one of the founders here at tradercobb.com, and I specialize in trading cryptocurrency, mostly on futures, a spot as well. I'll trade both. This event that I'm running here is really, look, I wanted to do something that I was able to give to you in the short bit of time that I've got right now that hopefully can maximize your returns, give you clarity when you're in the market, and just to help give you what I think personally is the most important thing that you can ever get from reading charts. And what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about trend, cyclicity, what trends are good and why, what things I'm looking for, and just really trying to give you an understanding more for the flow of a market as opposed to, a lot of the stuff that is out there. Now, a little bit about my background before I do get started. I've been trading for 16 years now. Bought my first shares when I was 16, started trading in London when I was 21. You can do the math on that now. I am 37. There you go, you worked it out. So 16 years. Now, I obviously haven't been trading crypto for 16 years, and I was a relative latecomer into the cryptocurrency space starting in July of 2017. Now, a couple of things from back then when I started it. I'll tell you the reasons why I started and why I stopped trading completely bonds, foreign exchange, commodities and equities. They were the main markets that I was trading. I caught wind of cryptocurrency through a friend of mine and jumped in and had a look. Now, I put skin in the game, so to speak, put money in. I think I had a BitMEX account at the time. Now, at the time, for traders such as myself, who's used to working on professional platforms, things like TradeStation, the big guys, CMC Markets, there's interactive, there's just so many of them, right? I was used to having a certain way of doing things, a certain way to manage my risk, which is obviously an absolutely crucial part of trading, but also ways to raise orders so that I could raise those orders and toddle off, go and do whatever it was that I wanted to do for that day in between trades, right? Now, I really struggled back in 2017 on BitMEX because I wasn't able to have entries, stop losses, and targets in a very easy to manage place, and often all the numerals would sort of deducted back to BTC. Then you had to calculate what the risk was in BTC, get your calculator out and work out how much the dollar risk was for that particular trade. Now, fast forward to now, things have changed enormously. We've got, obviously, Binance has futures out there. We've got FTX, the king of the futures market, right? Real tools for traders to be able to ply their craft, ply their trade within these extraordinarily volatile markets. That is the reason why I trade crypto. It's because of the volatility. If my risk multiple is always going to remain the same, then in cryptocurrency, my reward multiple is just so much greater. So the risk remains the same because I manage the risk, but the reward multiple in these markets is obviously just so much better than any other market out there today with liquidity as far as I'm concerned, and that's why I'm a full-time cryptocurrency trader. I run the company tradercobb.com. We educate people through checklist-based trading strategies, the same strategies I've been using for my career. They're 3 strategies. They're literally check boxes. Simple stuff. The charts that you can see right now, you'll see they're very clear. All I've got is the MACD line, no histogram, no signal line. I've got the 10 period moving average, which is the white line, and the 20 period moving average, which is the red line. My charts are very simple. They're very straightforward to follow and use, and that allows me to not be cluttered, not get analysis paralysis, not overthink things. I'm decisive in what I do. And one of the biggest things that I have in all of my strategies is trend. So before I come and show you through a couple of good trends that are in the market now and just show that to you in real time, I want to take you across to part of one of my courses here. Now, a big chunk of what I've got there, and look, there's a 4-hour free course there for you as well, tradercobb.com. You can get all of this stuff absolutely free. Go knock yourself out, fill your boots, enjoy it, get stuck in. But I wanted to take you through what I call mastering price action. Because to me, price action is the most pure form of anything. Because it is literally price measured by time. It's real simple stuff, right? There's no, by itself, no indicators, nothing like that. You got to remember that price is the war between buyers and sellers per candlestick that we see in front of us. Now, if the buyers went over that period of time, we'll have a green candle. It's gone up. If the sellers have won, the red candle will go down. Everything else that's on your charts is a calculation based off of that price action. So your MACD, your stochastics, your RSI, your moving averages, anything that you add to that chart is going to be first dictated by what? By price. So if that's the beginning of everything, then that should be the focal point for trading. And that's what I talk about with mastering price action. Understanding what it's telling you, learning the language and working with it. So crucial. Now I do use continuation patterns only, and I don't really look at patterns. My strategies are not so much your typical head and shoulders, ascending triangle, bull flags, bear flags. I don't use any of that. I also don't use sloping trend lines because they're far too subjective. I do use continuation in the market to position myself for the moves going forward. Now, to make something really, really simple for you here, and this is an area, I should probably put this on presenter mode, shouldn't I? There we go. To make this really clear for you guys and to clarify things a lot better, you'll see before I had reversal and continuation patterns, and I'm sure that many of you that are watching this particular event right now are very clear on the double top, the double bottom, head and shoulders top, head and shoulders bottom. There's triple bottoms, double bottoms, quadruple bottoms, There's names for all of these things. But do you know what they're actually telling you? They're just telling you a reversal of trend. So the way I do things is I cut the crap. The name of things, a head and shoulders, couldn't care less. I don't care about the name. Because what I've got here, and I'm hopeful that you can see my mouse here, is, I'll go back one actually, to here. In a downtrend, I've got a series of lower highs and lower lows. It's that simple. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then what I get is a series where I got a higher high, higher low, and as we break to a new higher high, we're in an uptrend. Here's the thing. If you just focus on trend, you'll be in a much better place. You don't have to remember shoulders, heads, necklines, all of these different words and things that need to float around in your brain for you to be able to understand and pull out at certain times when you need access to that information. If you focus just on trend, you need not worry about any of that sort of stuff, because that dotted line there is when the trend goes from down to up. And here, now, as I show it to you, look at all the different things that we don't need to think about when all we focus on is trend. Right shoulder, left shoulder, head, neckline, la 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 la. Who cares? Not me. So I just wanted to introduce you to that concept. The same can be said over here. We've got a double top and double bottom. Once again, keeping it very simple, we go from lower highs and lower lows, which is a downtrend, into higher lows and higher highs, which is now an uptrend. Call it Peter Pan. It doesn't matter. The name means nothing. It's what the market has decided to do, in the sense that it is changing direction. That's it. So that was one thing I wanted to give to you, and a double top's the same from higher lows and higher highs to lower highs and lower lows. That's a very, very basic and simple view on trend, and it will save you an awful lot of time. And as I say, if you want to know a lot more about all of that detail, go to my website, tradercobb.com, and get yourself the free course. Now, of course, here's something else that's important. So you can see here, each day I'll go through and I'll scan all my pairs through here. These are all of my margin trading pairs on the right hand side. So I do that every day on my live trading floor with my clients. You'll see these little red dots. These are what go into my watch list. Then I go through and I'll scan the BTC cross pairs across the top 100. Here they all are here. This is on your Binance list. Then I'll also finally go through all the USDT pairs that have enough liquidity that I'm willing to trade. So if I'm going to go through those charts every single day at least once, then I need to have a method of elimination that gets me through this very quickly. And that is what I'm going to show you now. So let me take you to, let's just start in here and look at Bitcoin, because we got that in front of us. Let's make this nice and simple, and we're going to focus right now on the 4-hour chart. All right, so I'll jump that back down to here, and what I've got is a higher low, a higher high, and a potential for a higher low here. There is an uptrend. Now, I'm going to introduce you to a word, cyclicity, that I use in trading and markets a lot, because there's trends and then there's really, really good trends. Bitcoin right now on that 4-hour doesn't look so good. The 8-hour, it does have a nice, smooth, clean trend. So I could then go, okay, well, there is now direction in the market. The direction in this market is higher. It is an uptrend, and therefore the only directional trades I'm looking to take, if they were to fit any of my rules, is to go long. The trend is there, the trend is set, and if I show you again over here on the daily, we can see we've pushed up through resistance and we've got a nice looking chart right now. But what makes one chart better than another? Well, let's look at Ethereum here as well. Have a look at this. Very nice run on Ethereum. We know it's been running quite well. Again, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Is that a strong trend? Yes, that's strong. That is a strong trend. Now, I use my MACD in there as well, but I don't have the time to really go into the details there. On the 1-hour, is there anything of interest for me at the moment? No, again, not strong enough. But if I now come and show you this chart, for example, and go to the 1-hour here, if you remember the old Mickey Mouse, geez, I might be showing my age here, some of you might not remember it at all, but there used to be, when Mickey Mouse would have these songs, there'd be the words along the bottom, and there'd be like this Mickey Mouse head that would bounce along, so you could follow along with the words and you could sing the song with it. That's the visual that I get in my head of a good trend. It's that bouncing ball, and this is what cyclicity is. Up, back in, bounce, back in, bounce. Now, it's run quite hard since this last bounce, but see how it's just climbing quite nicely? I'll take you to my watches and try and find some more examples for you, just to show you, again, just to give that visual of what it is that gives me a trend that is valuable for me to trade. And I can take you to this one, because this is the trade that I took last week. Higher low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Notice how it's bouncing in. It's just rolling, rolling, rolling. Very, very nice cyclicity. Here's another one that I took just yesterday, in fact. Nice push high, bouncing back up, high, bouncing back in, high. And it's that simple. This is what I'm trying to get across with cyclicity. It's that ability to predict a very smooth market that does give us a much higher probability than, say, if we were trading a zone like this. If we're looking at this period over here, it's very messy. The probability for you getting the direction right when the direction isn't clear is drastically lower. So with the understanding of trend and cyclicity, and then bringing things in like moving averages, support and resistance, bullish candles in certain zones, MACD, all that sort of stuff, then you can start to find your opportunities for trades. Now, that was my trade in here. I'm still long, all right? It's about starting first with the right understanding of what it is you're looking for. And good, strong trends are the probability is much, much, much higher. Here's another one. Beautiful bounce, back up. Beautiful pull back in. Bullish candle right there. Another nice looking trend. Ooh, hang on. Sorry, I'm just looking at that. All right. Sorry, I won't get distracted. I'm trying to find some more good examples of these trends that I'm talking about. Another one. Again, high, pull back. Higher low, up we go, pulling back in. That nice cyclicity, that bouncing along, giving us some really, really good opportunities to find zones for which we can trade from. Here's a great example right here on Cosmos. High, higher low, higher high, pull back, push on, pull back into here, and you can start to notice things here too. As it pulls back into these zones, that's where opportunity represents itself that you'll start to notice. All you've got to do is add your 10 period exponential moving average and your 20 period exponential moving average. Apply some well thought out and well understood methodology around trend, and it really is as simple as this, okay? Then you've got to fill out your strategy around it. Now you can either try and do that yourself, not recommended. I lost lots of money doing that when I first started, or you can learn from somebody else who knows how to do it themselves. All I can say in the short period of time that I have right now is this. If you trade trends, and if you get a very intrinsic understanding for how trends work and what represents a good trend, and if you forget about all the names of things about trend and you focus on learning that trend, you are going to find your probabilities will go through to a much better level than what they potentially are right now for you. I am a trend trader. I've been trading trends for 16 years. I've made a career, I've made a life out of this. I now teach other people to do it. My trading makes me more money than my business makes me. Yes, that's just in case you've got that question. Why do I teach people to trade if I'm so good at trading? Because it can get quite boring. I've got a fantastic community of over 300 traders in there as well. It means that I've got other mates around that I can trade with. And it's a way to basically it's a way to get more out of the skill set that I've got. So go ahead, go to tradercobb.com and check out the free course. It is absolutely free, and you'll get not only an intrinsic understanding of trend, all the ingredients that I use when we talk about buy zones, sell zones. You get everything you need, MACD, the lot, plus the watch lists, and you can go through that in a lot more detail. But again, just to wrap this up, given that I don't have a lot of time and I'm already over, follow your trends. Keep trends simple and look for that bouncing ball cyclicity. Guys, it's been great being a part of Block Show 2021. I hope you're enjoying the entire event at the moment, and looking forward to actually getting back out on the road once all of this world has gotten through this COVID period. I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. Call your mates, check on them, see if they're okay, because it has been a really rough time over the last year or so, and I wish you all the best going forward. Enjoy the show. My name's Craig Cobb from tradercobb.com. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.